Wow. Hi, how's it going today, everyone? Windbreak Nate here, and I have a breaking news story for you. Master P and Baron Davis are reportedly in talks with Adidas about purchasing Reebok. For those who aren't aware, Adidas purchased Reeboks back in 2005 for $3.8 billion. Adidas made this acquisition to specifically rival Nike in the US. Both of the foreign brands put their minds together and decided that if they joined together that they would maybe be able to stop some of Nike's heat and some of their buzz in the US. But obviously, as you know, that hasn't really gone as planned. Adidas is still doing great and better than ever in many ways. Nike is still at the top, but Reebok has lost its luster in big ways. They lost a lot of deals with professional leagues, the NFL, NBA, a lot of sponsorships with athletes, and that in turn has really kind of caused their demise. I wouldn't call it a demise because they're not fully out, but they've tanked a lot. And so we fast forward 14, almost 15 years later, and Adidas have been trying to sell Reebok, but not for the $3.8 billion that they bought it for. They were trying to sell it for $2.4 billion as of 2018, 2019, which is still a lot of money and isn't a huge loss, but in business, any loss is a huge loss. And now some people are even saying that number could even be closer to $1 billion, which would be insane. Now on to the potential buyers. First up, you have Master P, whose real name is Percy Robert Miller. He's a rapper, an actor, a record producer, an entrepreneur, and a former NBA player. And he's teaming up alongside former NBA All-Star Baron Davis. Master P, who has had a great success in business over the years, whether it's been in restaurants, acting, producing, a record label, you name it. He's had so much success, clothing, all of it. So he for sure know what it takes to get done with big business. He reportedly has a net worth around $200 to $250 million. Baron Davis, on the other hand, who would be fairly new to the big business world, has played around 17 years in the NBA and was a great player, an all-star, and he's made a lot of money in the NBA, which would only help towards not only acquiring Reebok, but keeping it afloat and making great moves. His name would help in many business negotiations and helping people sign to Reebok. I'd like to mention that Baron Davis has branched out to acting in films and in television shows, and also starting up his own clothing line. But again, as I said, big business, on a big business scale, it will be totally different handling and dealing with Reebok than anything he's ever done before. Eric Woodyard of ESPN broke this story first. Master P was quoted in an interview with him saying, "These companies have been benefiting off us. This could be history for this company going black owned." Master P also said that him and Baron Davis are prepared financially for this move after 2 months of talks with Adidas. Imagine if Michael Jordan owned Reebok. That's what I'm talking about, making history moves, he said. As we focus on turning Reebok into a lifestyle brand, not just a basketball brand, our important initiative will be to put money back into the community that built this company. And he couldn't have said it any better than that. That's a great way to put it, because a lot of ways to sell things nowadays aren't to just sell a brand or sell a product or a service. It's to sell that you're selling a lifestyle to someone. And the way he summed that up was brilliant. And also what was brilliant for him was, which I believe that he'll actually do, is to bring in the community factor, because obviously we know that urban communities and sports build brands like Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, Reebok, etc., Puma, and to give back to those communities and to represent those communities in a big way and with your clothing and your message and everything that you do is really gonna push the message and push the narrative forward in a great way and help these communities and help the brand in turn, obviously, because that's their ultimate goal, is to help themselves and to stay afloat and get to as big as they can. But yeah, that is a great thing that they'll be doing, and it'll be sort of like the way Nike does it, to where they make great quality things as far as the clothing, the products and services that they do, but they also give back, reach out to a lot of communities and help them. And for Master P to say that that's what Reebok would do would be great. And if he can hold that up, they would shoot back to the top of the sports and activewear world. Baron Davis told Forbes, "I think Reebok is being undervalued. I left Nike as a 22-year-old kid representing myself and made the jump to Reebok, which took a chance on me as a creative and as an athlete. I want the people I know, athletes, influencers, designers, celebs, to sit at the table with me." Forbes was also one of the main sources who broke this story. Other potential solutions or buyers for this Reebok deal include private equity firms or small sports retailers that will use Reebok the way that Adidas did to basically just get into the US or to shoot up to the top to rival the powerful Nike, etc., etc. Adidas said the strategic alternatives it is considering includes a both potential sale of Reebok as well as the brand remaining a part of its company. The decision is expected to be announced on March 10th when the company officially presents its new strategy. Many people on social media have been getting behind this idea that Baron Davis and Master P could be the new owners of Reebok, and I, for one, am one of those people as well. I would love that. Especially the black community has been around it, to just keep it real and be honest. They've been loving this idea that Reebok could be black owned, just as Master P said. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of the black owned title. I think it puts you in a box, and it's just an unnecessary way to go about promoting yourself or your business. And I just don't really like it. I don't really care for it. I wouldn't want that ever to be my title. But the realism of Reebok being black owned could be and would be something great in itself, especially seeing how the black community in sports, which are mostly dominated by black athletes, predominantly dominated by black athletes, football and basketball, and just urban settings and dance and music, etc., have got these companies to where they are. That element of it would be great. Like I said, I just don't like the black owned title, and I could make an entire video on why that's just unnecessary and we don't need to state it as that anymore. We can be great without stating or labeling something as that. But yeah, I really love the idea of this signing or this acquisition by those two. And at first I was a little hesitant, like, I don't know how they would be for Reebok. But first off, why not? I mean, Reebok is clearly not doing what Adidas want, so they're going to let it go. And why not give this great historical brand another chance and a younger, more invigorative kind of feel? It could be unmeasurable, the amount of great things that they could do for the brand, and also just giving many people opportunities that would have never had it and that deserves it and who works hard. And it would be great in so many ways for Reebok and for the communities that they're going to help out, because they will stick to their word and help out those communities and the people that partner with them. It would be great, and I would love to see it. And now I'm really, really interested to see it, especially from a design standpoint. I really hope this goes through. Best of luck to Master P, Baron Davis, everyone who's partnering with them, because they definitely have investors in the background whose name aren't as big that are putting money into this. That's why you have those, because their net worths aren't clearly anywhere close to that, and that's no disrespect to them, but it's not. That's why you have other investors in the background and they have bigger names. That's why they're pushed to the forefront. That's how that works. But best of luck to them, Reebok, Adidas. I really, really hope this happens, because I would just love to see how it plays out, and if they could successfully bring Reebok back to the forefront, and if they could, if they couldn't, how it would play out in general. And like I said, why not? Let's give them a chance. Let's see what they can do. If they really want it, if they're putting the money up, they're putting the time and effort into it, let's see what they can do. Reebok is not a huge brand right now. It'll always have its household name, but let's give it some new flavor. Let's see how they can do when they got the ball in their hand. I promise you, it's more to come on this story and more stories in general. Thank you guys. Please let me know what you think about this. Do you like this idea? Do you not? Do you like those two guys being the new CEOs slash owners of Reebok? Tell me what you guys think. You think they can do it? Do you think this would be huge for basketball, football? Which sport would they most likely try to take over? And how they would be able to take over? Please tell me in the comments what you think. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It's One Break Nate, and I'm out.